James Mitchell Varnum was an American legislator, lawyer, general in the Continental Army during the American Revolutionary War, and a pioneer to the Ohio Country. The career of Gen. Varnum was active, but brief. He graduated at 20, was admitted to the bar at 22, entered the Army at 27, resigned his commission at 31, was member of Congress the same year, resumed practice at 33, and continued 4 years, was elected to Congress again at 37, emigrated to the West at 39, and died at the early age of 40. James Mitchell Varnum was a man of boundless zeal, of warm feelings, of great honesty, of singular disinterestedness, and, as to talents, of prodigal imagination, a dexterous reasoner, and a splendid orator. He was a man made on a gigantic scale. His very defects were masculine and powerful, and we shall not soon look upon his like again. Early life. James Mitchell Varnum was born in Dracut, Massachusetts. As a young man he matriculated at Harvard College only to transfer to the college in the English colony of Rhode Island and Providence Plantations, where he graduated with honors in 1769. In Rhode Island he met his future wife, Martha Chile. Leadership in the American Revolution. Along with Nathaniel Greene he served in the Kentish Guards. He served as a brigadier general in the Continental Army during the Revolutionary War, serving from 1777 until 1779. Varnum advocated allowing African Americans to enlist in the Continental Army, which resulted in the reformation of the 1st Rhode Island Regiment as an all-black unit. Varnum was a disciple of General Charles Lee and a serious critic of the position of Inspector General held in 1778 by Baron von Steuben. After Varnum resigned his Continental Army commission because of personal business matters, he was appointed Major General of Rhode Island Militia. He led troops in the service of the United States in July and August 1780, under the Comte de Rochambeau, who commanded Allied troops sent by King Louis XVI of France. General Varnum served at the Siege of Boston, the battles at Long Island, White Plains, Red Bank, at Valley Forge and the Battle of Rhode Island. He later represented Rhode Island in the Continental Congress. After the Revolutionary War, along with General George Washington, Nathaniel Greene, Henry Knox, Thomas Pinckney, Charles Cotesworth, Pinckney and several others, he became a founding member of the Society of the Cincinnati. Legal career and later life. Varnum was also well known as a jurist. He successfully represented the defendant in Trevett v. Weedon, one of the earliest cases of judicial review. In 1787, Varnum was appointed a Justice of the Supreme Court of the Northwest Territory, and moved to Marietta, Ohio, to take up his duties. He was one of the early pioneers to the Northwest Territory. He died less than 2 years later of consumption, and his marker is located in the Oak Grove Cemetery in Marietta. His college classmate, the distinguished physician Solomon Drown, eulogized him during an oration at the one-year anniversary celebration of the founding of Marietta. But of these worthies who have most exerted themselves in promoting this settlement, one, alas, is no more, one whose eloquence, like the music of Orpheus, attractive of the listening crowd, seemed designed to reconcile mankind to the closest bonds of society. Ah, what avail his manly virtues now? Slow through yon winding path his course was borne, and on the steepy hill interred with funeral honours meet. What bosom refuses the tribute of a sigh, on the recollection of that melancholy scene, when, unusual spectacle, the fathers of the land, the chiefs of the aboriginal nations, in solemn train attended, while the mournful dirge was rendered doubly mournful mid the gloomy nodding grove. On that day even nature seemed to mourn. O Varnum, Varnum, thy name shall not be forgotten, while gratitude and generosity continue to be the characteristics of those inhabiting the country. Once thy care, thy fair fame is deeply rooted in our fostering memories. General Varnum's home, the James Mitchell Varnum House in East Greenwich, Rhode Island, is a tourist attraction today. Varnum's brother was Speaker of the United States House of Representatives Joseph Bradley Varnum. Bibliography. Conley, T. Rhode Island's Founders. From Settlement to Statehood. The History Press, Charleston, South Carolina. Dodge, R. Biographical Directory of the United States Congress, 1774–2005, 16th edition, U.S. Government Printing Office, Washington, D.C. Heitman, Francis B. Officers of the Continental Army during the War of the Revolution. Rare Bookshop Publishing Co., Washington, D.C. Hildreth, P. Biographical and Historical Memoirs of the Early Pioneer Settlers of Ohio. W. Darby & Co., Cincinnati, Ohio. Hildreth, P. Pioneer History. Being an account of the first examinations of the Ohio Valley, and the early settlement of the Northwest Territory. W. Darby & Co., Cincinnati, Ohio. Leiter, T. Biographical Sketches of the Generals of the Continental Army of the Revolution, University Press. John Wilson & Son, Cambridge, Massachusetts. Updike, W. Memoirs of the Rhode Island Bar, Thomas H. Webb & Co., Boston, Massachusetts. Varnum, M. A Sketch of the Life and Public Services of James Mitchell Varnum of Rhode Island. David Clapp & Son Printers, Boston, Massachusetts.